We are privileged to have as our guest speaker today, Dr. Robert Norman. Dr. Norman is a highly regarded board-certified dermatologist and family practitioner and a humanitarian who has served numerous service and teaching awards received, including Physician of the Year, Distinguished Service Award in Hillsborough County, and the Tampa Bay Medical Hero Award. Dr. Norman completed his medical training at Michigan State University, Midwestern University, the Cleveland Clinic, and the University of South Florida. An editor, an author, and a lecturer, he is also a businessman with an MBA from Everest University. Dr. Norman is the chief physician and owner of Dermatology Healthcare that delivers essential skin care services to nursing home patients. He has been in practice for over 25 years and has predominantly served the indigent and elderly in our community. A frequent medical volunteer despite his busy practice, Dr. Norman is a gold-level member of the American Academy of Dermatology's Leadership Circle for Volunteerism, donating his medical services on mission trips to countries that include Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba, Guatemala, and Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you Dr. Robert Norman.
Greetings. Thank you for that great introduction. Before I start, I'd like to give an energetic round of applause for President Mike Barlow, the Academic Dean Tina Barnes, and the program directors and faculty, my former program director Patrick Winter, who's over here, who have given you immense value for your investment of time and energy. Thank you for all you've done. I'm honored to speak today to this great class of graduating students. I have shortened my original 14-hour speech into just 15 minutes. So please listen carefully. Many of you have overcome enormous obstacles and adversity to reach this day. Each of you have your own motivation and story for having come this far in life and have different ways you have applied your knowledge to achieving your goals, some of which we have just heard earlier. Getting a degree such as this one you are receiving today from Everest is a very important and admirable goal. Some of you may have wanted to improve your chances of getting a better job, be the first in your family to get a degree, or wanted to heighten your understanding of what goes on in the world, or perhaps all of these. I will cover 3 topics today: the pursuit of knowledge and personal growth, taking action, and motivational and spiritual aspects of our education. First is the pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. Émile Zola and Le Dr. Pascal wrote, "The only basis for living is believing in life, loving it, and applying the whole force of one's intellect to know it better." I love that quotation. An education at Everest can allow you to use the whole force of your intellect. Think of your life a few years before today. You were staring at a mountain called Everest. If you want to climb the mountain, first you have to get to it, and you did. First you started at the foot of the mountain, and you took your first steps up. You had to get into the car, get to class, turn on the computer, get the babysitter, do your homework, work in groups, and be motivated to do the right thing to accomplish your task. To acquire the initiative, independence, and critical thinking of achieving an academic goal takes consistent work and responsibility. And to gain the heightened self-discipline, skill, and reasoning necessary to become valued leaders in the community takes effort on your part, and you should be proud of yourselves for the great accomplishment. Stephen Covey is one of my favorite motivational speakers and one of my great heroes in reading. I highly urge you to read Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you haven't yet. Habit number 1 is to be proactive. Your life just doesn't happen. Whether you know it or not, it is carefully designed by you. The choices, after all, are yours. You choose happiness. You choose sadness. You choose decisiveness. You choose ambivalence. You choose success. You choose failure. You choose courage. And you choose fear. Just remember that every moment, every situation provides a new choice. And in doing so, it gives you a perfect opportunity to do things differently to produce more positive results. Covey's habit number 1, be proactive, is about taking responsibility for your life. Personal growth requires personal responsibility. You can't keep blaming everything on your parents or your grandparents or anyone else. Proactive people recognize that they are response-able. They don't blame genetics, circumstances, conditions, or conditioning for their behavior. They know they choose their behavior. Reactive people, on the other hand, are often affected by their physical environment. They find external sources to blame for their behavior. If the weather isn't good, if the weather is good, they feel good. If it isn't, it affects their attitude and performance. They don't feel as well, and they blame the weather. All of these external forces act as stimuli that we respond to. Between the stimulus and the response is your greatest power. You have the freedom to choose your response. One of the most important things you choose is what you say. Your language is a good indicator of how you see yourself. A proactive person uses proactive language. I can, I will, I prefer. A reactive person uses reactive language. I can't, I have to, if only. Reactive people believe they are not responsible for what they say and do. They have no choice. In my own life, I had many obstacles, and the first major one occurred in my early teens. I grew up in a working class town in Michigan. When I was 13, I was going out late, hanging out with the wrong crowd, in a street gang, heading for trouble. I was the youngest of 4 boys, and my mother was pretty exhausted, my father mostly on the road and absent. Things changed for me when I got into my first year of high school. I got more involved with sports and classes and hung out with people that I respected and seemed to be going somewhere. One time I got a certificate in English given to me at a school assembly, and the guys from the street I knew looked at me as if I had betrayed them. No matter, I had taken myself away from that almost magnetic pull of the street and changed to a way of life that I knew in my heart was a better path. I got down to work and managed to land a work-study scholarship to Michigan State University. I did not have a strong academic background in high school, and that hindered me when I first got into college. By the time I finished my first year, I had acquired some of the skills to learn the culture of college and the academic work. I finished college with high honors, got into med school in my first try, and had my medical degree at 25. My father, God rest his soul, used to say to me, "You're going to be 25 someday anyhow, so why not be a doctor?" I proved him right. Remember what Stephen Covey wrote. Instead of reacting to or worrying about conditions over which they have little or no control, proactive people focus their time and energy on things they can control. Members of many 12-step programs recite the Serenity Prayer. Short, simple, and incredibly powerful. And it applies to all of us now more than ever. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. My second topic today is taking action. To climb the mountain of Everest took hard work and determination, and now imagine yourself on the way up. You have a better view than you had when you first started, and with every step up, it gets clearer. The next step is to put your newly acquired knowledge to work, and to use it as a springboard to improve the rest of your life and the world. Words without action to heaven never go. Theory is a sort of high-level shadow boxing, but there comes a time to get into the ring and take up the good fight. One quotation I've always liked and have tried to apply is from Francis Bacon, who wrote, "A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds." A frequent comment is, "That's easier said than done," which I agree with wholeheartedly. There is sometimes a big distance between said and done. You can talk all day about setting and reaching important goals, or about what positive character traits you want, or in what ways you want life to change for you. It is not easy to master difficult tasks, but it's in the mastering of the most difficult tasks that you will find the most rewards and pleasure. Action is always much more difficult than talk. The sages taught us, according to the difficulty is the reward. Therefore, the reward for patience, practice, and prayer can be enormous. The easy always remains easy. The low-hanging fruit can easily be picked. Only with dedication, determination, endurance, courage, stamina, and consistent behavior, action, will the higher qualities that we want from our lives happen. We are what we most frequently think about and most frequently do. The thoughts that take up space in our mind fuel our actions. If patience and positive thoughts take center stage and you use the knowledge and wisdom gained in your Everest training, you can change yourself and the world for the better. You are getting a degree, and that took much courage and discipline, and you deserve great credit for getting this far. You still have many more feet in elevation to travel, and many more goals to accomplish in your life. How do you achieve your goals? First, you can brainstorm. Make a list of any dream you might have, and put into perspective what you want to accomplish in both the short and the long term. I prefer what's called the mind map technique, in which you draw on the center of the page a circle, put your goal in the middle, and then brainstorm by writing down any goals that will get you there. In the middle of the page is, get a job by March 15th. On the sides you write, make a resume, get reference letters, stop listening to all stupid rap songs, dump all friends that are sucking up all your precious time. Highlight any items that help you accomplish your goal. Think on each of these dreams or goals. What would happen if this actually came true? Keep your eyes on the prize. Narrow down your list and then narrow it down some more. Every day you do something related to each of your goals, even if it's just for a half hour each day. Soon you'll be on your way to achieving your goal. Believe in yourself. Don't listen to others trying to put you down, saying your goal is impossible. Prove them wrong, ignore them, and continue to achieve your goal. How do you do that? By working smart. SMART, S-M-A-R-T. Specific, S, measurable M, attainable A, relevant R, and time-bound, T, SMART. My third and final topic today is motivational and spiritual aspects of education. The Everest education, depending on your chosen field, provides you with opportunities to learn all kinds of great skills. But in its highest form, it teaches you how to live in the world between expectations and reality, and come out a winner. One great quotation is by Dennis Waitley, who said, failures do what is tension relieving, while winners do what is goal achieving. Think about that. Failures do what is tension relieving, while winners do what is goal achieving. How many times have you thought about the easy way around a task, but instead fought to achieve your goal? Every time you take up the good fight and make it happen, you have taken a step up the ladder of success. Make sure your ladder is leaning up against the most important wall, so that with each step, you get what you deserve. And God knows that we live in very tough times, and each of us is trying to fight an uphill battle. I've always found it fruitless to compare ourselves to others, because there are always richer or less fortunate, those better at a particular skill or not, and others with a higher IQ or emotional intelligence. But finding ways we can improve from our own earlier lives is very rewarding. How are you different and hopefully better than you were 5 or 10 years ago? It is never too late to change, no matter how tough the task is. There will be some problems we face that will be more difficult than others to overcome. And we may have the feeling that we're just like a train that jumped off the track, and we have to use every ounce of our energy to get back on track. With personal motivation, patience, prayer, and practice, you can do it. Perhaps most importantly, please continue your education. Your educational efforts cannot be compartmentalized into 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. You have your whole life to learn. Please keep going back to drink from that endless well of knowledge. One of the beautiful things we are offered in this great country of ours is the opportunity to continue learning every day. I'm sure there are many older adults in this room that have had the urge to take a class and expand your educational horizons. I say do it. After I graduated from medical school, I did an internship and then a 3-year residency to specialize in dermatology. I went to work for many years and always took classes and worked on writing new books along the way. Later, I had the urge to go back to school in a more of a structured environment and got my master's degree in public health, and then later returned to school again to Everest University to finish my MBA that I started many years ago. I'm now taking classes towards a PhD in applied medical anthropology. Whenever there's a subject that I want to learn more about, I tend to learn about it by writing about it. I've written more than 30 books, including 6 textbooks of dermatology. Here, I'm not reporting on myself. I'm trying to tell you why it's important to keep learning and to find your favorite way to learn. Each one of you has your own expertise and background and ways to acquire knowledge. Look into your personal desires and aspirations and find the best ways to make them come true. The world is too much with us is a well-known line from Wordsworth. The world seems to always find ways to provide a challenge to us all. Right now, the challenges are so plentiful that you almost can serve in unlimited ways. The need for your knowledge and your imagination and your understanding and the opportunity for improving the human condition are far too important for you to do anything less than your very best. I briefly covered 3 topics: continuing knowledge and personal growth, taking action, and motivation in the spiritual aspects of our education. Albert Schweitzer, the German medical missionary, theologian, musician, and philosopher, the winner of the 1952 Nobel Peace Prize, once wrote, "In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into a flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit." So again, thanks to your president, instructors, administrators, and your classmates at Everest University, who helped light your fire for knowledge every step of the way so you could reach where you are today. And look for mentors that you trust out in the world that you can continue to grow from. In closing, you can achieve whatever you set out to accomplish. Today you reached the top of the mountain and it's a wonderful view. When you come back down, it's time for your next challenge. My advice is to keep learning, eat well and exercise and play, live life fully, use sunblock, love unconditionally. God bless you and thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Norman, for those words of inspiration. Would you please return for the presentation of this citation? Whereas Robert A. Norman's distinguished career in medicine has included serving as a faculty member for 5 medical schools, authoring numerous books and articles, and providing national and international lectures, and whereas he has contributed to the good of the community as a member of the American Academy of Dermatology's Leadership Circle for Volunteerism, and as a medical volunteer locally and in Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, and Argentina. And whereas he has further contributed to the good of the community by serving on numerous service organization boards and having his contributions recognized with awards including the Distinguished Service Award in Hillsborough County, the Physician of the Year Award, and the Tampa Bay Medical Hero Award. Be it resolved that Robert A. Norman is deserving of the tributes paid to him. Therefore, it has been ordered by Everest University that the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, be and is hereby conferred upon him with all rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. On this first day of February in the year 2014 by the Tampa campus of Everest University, Tampa, Florida.